For years, the story of the Indian economy has been a continuous drumbeat of broken records. It overtook France, then surged past the United Kingdom, all while keeping its eyes fixed on a massive goal, becoming a $5 trillion economy. But recently, the International Monetary Fund released data that seemed to halt that momentum entirely. According to their nominal rankings, India has slipped. It is now the world's sixth largest economy, falling right back behind the UK. This chart shows the contradiction in the IMF data. On one side, India's real GDP is growing at a massive 6.5%, making it the fastest-growing major economy on Earth. Yet on the other side, its global ranking is falling to number 6. This drop in rank highlights a major disconnect between local production and global valuation. It forces us to look at the currency illusion, the layer of international math that often obscures what is actually happening within a country's borders. To compare the economic output of nearly 200 different nations on a single list, economists need a common denominator. Every car, crop, and software program produced anywhere in the world must be converted into US dollars. Over the past year, global economic pressures pushed the value of the US dollar up. As a result, the Indian rupee depreciated by approximately 11% against it. This creates a strange mathematical reality. Domestic factories can crank out more goods this year than they did last year, but when those goods pass through the conversion filter into a stronger US dollar, they emerge on the other side as a smaller stack of wealth on paper. During this same period, the British pound held its ground much better against the dollar. When the UK's output passes through that same filter, it retains more of its converted mass, artificially lifting its nominal value right above India's. The factories didn't slow down. The workers didn't produce less. This shift in the global rankings is strictly a valuation effect driven by exchange rates. There is a second, internal reason for the drop. In early 2026, the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation updated the base year it uses to calculate India's GDP, shifting it from 2011 to 2022. Updating the base year captures modern sectors that were previously underrepresented, giving a much clearer picture of the actual economy. But the math of this new baseline immediately reduced the total nominal GDP estimate by about 4% on the spreadsheets. This bar chart shows what happens when we remove exchange rates completely. Looking at purchasing power parity, a metric that measures the actual volume of goods and services produced domestically, India is not sixth. It boasts a $17.7 trillion economy. Stripping away the mathematical illusions of currency reveals the physical scale of the country's output. By actual volume, India is the undisputed third largest economy in the world. Moving past the international valuation math, the domestic environment is sitting in a highly favorable position. Economists look for periods of high economic growth coupled with low inflation. This rare, highly sought-after alignment is often called a Goldilocks period, and it is exactly what India is experiencing right now. Stable inflation allows the central bank to keep monetary conditions supportive. That stability directly strengthens the balance sheets of major financial institutions and breeds deep confidence across the corporate sector. This internal alignment provides a buffer against global volatility, allowing the domestic growth engine to maintain its speed even when international markets are turbulent. That engine is built on physical pillars. Robust manufacturing growth is expanding rapidly, driven heavily by Make in India initiatives and production-linked incentive schemes. The government is injecting massive, front-loaded capital expenditure into the system, laying down the physical infrastructure required to move those manufactured goods. At the grassroots level, a sprawling ecosystem of micro, small, and medium enterprises is generating localized demand and wide-scale employment. While currency fluctuations and slower nominal growth have shifted the timeline slightly, the hard data points to a clear trajectory. The economy is on track to cross the $4 trillion mark in fiscal year 2026 and to reach the $5 trillion milestone by 2028 or 2029. Global rankings will always move with the value of the dollar, but the wealth created by new roads and manufacturing hubs is tangible. As long as this physical foundation continues to grow, India remains on a clear trajectory toward that $5 trillion milestone. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments what you think of this trajectory, and don't forget to subscribe.